It is a beautiful day out here today. We're gonna get off the dock and start heading down Sutlej Channel. We'd like to get going pretty soon so that we don't have the tide against us, because when it changes from flood to ebb, we're gonna have the current coming out of Kinkum Inlet and then up Sutlej, and as we're trying to go down Sutlej. I'm not quite sure where we're gonna anchor down there. There's a couple of different options, from the Burdock group of islands to Guildford Island to a couple of small places between, so we'll just kind of see where we end up today.
I'm Allison, the one behind the camera, and this is James. We're a couple of slow-traveling sea nomads sharing the joys and challenges of life aboard our 30-foot sailboat. We've spent the past 2 years exploring the incredible coast here in British Columbia, charting a course north along the Inside Passage with a dream to make it all the way to Alaska. We've had a pretty amazing summer aboard SV Uinta. It's hard to believe it's still this sunny and warm here in October. We figure we only have another week or so left before the rainy season hits the Great Bear Rainforest. So this will probably be our last cruise around these parts before we have to get our floating home ready for winter. We feel really fortunate to have spent the past few weeks adventuring around here in the beautiful Broughton Archipelago. We'd say it's one of the most incredible cruising grounds in the world. No wind today, but it was a beautiful motor cruise through Sutlej Channel. We are approaching Mackenzie Sound now, and the view of the mountains are spectacular. I wasn't expecting to see a glacier today, so that's pretty amazing. James and I are thinking we will head into Moore Bay this evening because we'll have a nice view of the mountains from there. And also we read that there is a wharf and a place where we could potentially have a campfire on the beach. Fire cooked meal tonight sounds pretty darn good. Another plus of this bay is that it looks like it could be a good spot to do some prawning. James and I haven't tried prawning with our trap yet. It's a dual trap, so it converts from crab trap to prawn trap. And we haven't tried catching prawns yet, so we're gonna give that a go, I think, and yeah, should be a really nice evening.
Heading to Moore Bay, which is just along here on the edge of Kinkum Inlet, but it looks really good for prawning, so we're excited to check that out. The bottom's about 160 feet, nice flat muddy bottom with steep sides, so we're thinking of setting a trap on our way in. There is allegedly a little recreational site, and we might have a little beach fire there. Gotta remember though, it technically is the mainland, so there could be grizzlies. Other than that, I'm hoping that there's going to be a little bit of sun in there so that we can enjoy the rest of the sunset and settle in for a beautiful and cozy evening. So we're gonna anchor here in this little bay. We're in about 50 feet of water at the moment, pretty close to shore. It comes up really quickly from 160, so I think we're gonna dump out a little bit deeper. We'll see how it sticks. There's a nice contour that runs along the shelf. And if it sticks good, we might just swing on it, but if we're worried at all, we should be well and truly close enough to shore to stern tie, which will pull our hook in firmly into the shelf, make it feel nice and secure. The sun's bloody gorgeous though, it just came out.
I think it might have dug in. Reverse on it. Yep.
Thank you.
Well, it's a much different day here today than yesterday. It's pretty foggy and wet. It's beautiful though. It's just different. It's not that cold, but being outside for the rest of the day and getting a little damp and wet. Got lots of layers on just to keep the heat in so I don't get a chill.
We're going to pull up our prawn trap on the way out and see if we have any prawns for the rest of the day. And apart from that, we're going to hug close to shore and try to navigate our way back down to Echo Bay through Tenfrey's Passage.
There's not any major rocks or obstacles. It's a pretty deep channel, and so we figure we'll just follow the shoreline to get to our next destination, which is still undecided. We've got a couple of places in mind, And I guess where we end up will depend on what the fog does for the rest of the day. All right, shall we get going?
Do it. Whose turn is it to hold the anchor?
I hauled up last time, but if you don't want to haul it, I'll haul it again.
I guess that makes it my turn, doesn't it?
It is your turn, but if you're not feeling it, I can do it.
No, I can do it.
All right, James is hauling up the anchor.
Okie dokie. Let's go find some prawns. Unlucky, hey?
Nothing.
Skunked.
That's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, we'll try again somewhere else, I guess. Are you disappointed?
Yeah. It's alright. Better luck next time. It was probably the wrong spot, or the wrong bait, or the wrong tide, or the wrong fisherman. We're using dead fish carcasses that we caught the other day. Well, they were fish when we caught them, and then we ate the meat off them, and now they're fish carcasses. We didn't catch fish carcasses. But it might just not be smelly enough. Like, prawn bait usually is pretty stinky, so maybe it's just too fresh. Maybe it's the wrong tide, maybe the wrong spot. I don't know.
Our prawn trap may have been empty, but at least the fog was lifting, clearing the way for us to safely navigate our way through Penfrey's Passage. This thick wall of mysterious gray has fallen into the fall ritual of midday retreat and early evening conquer, a daily battle with the last of the warm summer sun. The islands and islets of the Broughton Archipelago began to reveal themselves. And then finally, the grand finale, when the mountains appeared out of the clouds. There's a little bit of wind coming out of Fife Sound, and so we decided to put the head sail up to cross the channel here. Just so much nicer to have that engine off. We're going about 3 knots, just puffing across the channel here. Our plan is to puff over here to Echo Bay. We're going to say hi to a friend and grab some more fresh water because we're getting a little bit low. Our time with the wind was a little fickle and somewhat short-lived, but it was really lovely to enjoy a few moments without the engine and arrive at the entrance to Echo Bay under sail power. We spent the better part of September in this unique floating community here on Guilford Island. We stayed in an off-grid cottage in Proctor Bay and really got to know the folks around here. We had an awesome time exploring the island and attempting to harvest our own dinners. We had an incredible opportunity to head out creek walking, counting spawning salmon with nearby Salmon Coast Field Station, and really loved every minute of our time here. So go and check that video out, especially if you like kittens. It's the newest member of our little family. Jokes. We do want an adventure kitty, but this one belongs to someone else. So. He's so floofy. He's just chilling. This little guy belongs to our friend Trevor, who is the caretaker here at Echo Bay. I think he's really into the birds. Just a quick pit stop in Echo Bay, and then we were on our way again to make it to an anchorage before dark. It's pretty shallow around these parts with lots of rocks, so we didn't want to be navigating through in total darkness. I got a head start on dinner, wanted to make a rice pilaf with some fresh mushrooms we had foraged the day prior and some leftover fish. We tossed our trap in a spot where we thought we would have a chance at hauling up some crab.
Well done. Let's hope that's more successful than last night's venture.
Then motored in between the islets to anchor our home for the night. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Take good care, and we'll see you next week.